Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Trogdor, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This time we got another PPL match. It's week number 6. It's crazy to think that we're this far into this season. Like, there are only 9 weeks in the season, so it's pretty short. But it's like, this marks the, like, 2/3. Well, that's literally the same thing as 6/9 or 66.66 etc. percent done. So yeah, the league is almost finished. It's crazy to think. And I mean, there are already people who are basically like, yeah, I don't want to play anymore. It's like, oh, I've given up, blah blah blah. It's like, well, I'm gonna see this to the end. To be fair, I have gone on kind of a downturn. It seems to be my theme in leagues in general. I start off really strong, and then it's like I get one bad game, and then I tilt, and then it's like, oh, I need to redeem myself. This is the week. No, this is the week. But actually, this is the week that I'm going to redeem myself. So our opponent is Rufus, and he has been on fire. Like, there's one brief moment that we were at the top of the league, and then he was like, nah, I am now. And I'm like, oh geez, how'd you do that? And he's like, don't worry, my demise is eventual. My downfall is it's going to happen. And it's like, well, now's the time. So yeah, I think we've got a pretty good matchup versus his team. I went over that in the team builder, so go check that out before you do anything else in the world. Don't even breathe before you go check out that team builder. I went into my team in depth, and I did kind of mess up the audio because I did a fresh install of Windows, and of course all my settings got changed because Microsoft cares about its customers. And then I messed up OBS as usual because figuring out all these settings is difficult. I hope I got all that right so that this video is actually like decent to watch. I haven't gotten any errors like your CPU is overloaded, and it's like it was using 4% recording that video and you still dropped frames. How did that happen? Anyway, I'm going off on a lot of tangents. Quick recap of my team. I got an AV Jirachi that I'm going to bluff the Scar for choice somehow. I've got a Mega Pincer that is meant to be cleanup crew, and I've got some, this is kind of loud in my ears, it's probably not that loud for everyone else. I've got Embor, which is meant to get a flame charge versus something like the Scizor or the Superior, because I can live one Leaf Storm, and then another Leaf Storm at +2 with Embor, get two Flame charges, and then I'm at +2. I donked the Swampert with Grass Knot. I donked the Marowak with Head Smash. I donked Drapion with everything, and then I donked the Tapu KOKO with I've already basically revealed my opponent's entire team. Yeah, he's got Tapu KOKO, Drapion, Swampert, Marowak, Alolan, Superior, and the Mega Scizor. So I'm very relieved not to see the Keldeo, which is why I had Wild Charge on my Embor. I'm also very relieved not to see the Dragonite. Everything else I basically expected. Roserade actually deals with this team quite nicely. I can 1v1 any single Mon like I went over in my team builder. Scarf Garchomp is going to be fantastic. He's probably physically defensive Scizor or Swampert or both, just because of how much of a threat Garchomp is. And then I've also got Suicune to switch into things like the Scizor, Drapion, Swampert, Marowak. It switches on a lot of things, but getting the rest is going to be tough, and I hope Suicune doesn't get too worn down, as has been the case, and that I can actually put in some work. Let's see how this goes. I'm going to lead Garchomp because more likely than not I'm going to have a favorable matchup, in which case I can either force him out, get out my rocks, or go straight for the Earthquake and then like buy a Drapion or like buy a Tapu KOKO or like buy a Marowak. So yeah. Let's see how that goes, but he leads Swampert. That is probably his best answer for Garchomp in the entire world. I'm predicting either an Avalanche or an Ice Beam right here, so I'm going to go into Roserade. But wait, why did I go into Roserade right here? That was kind of a dumb play. He could have gone for the Avalanche, and then I would have just gotten donked. Well, I'm already off to, like, hindsight is 20/20. But he goes for the rocks. That's smart. I don't have a Defogger, and I have a Mega Pincer. I'm smart. I swear. I know how to play Pokemon. So obviously, he's going to, like, fear the Giga Drain. So I expected Marowak Alolan to be his primary switch into Roserade, and based on this damage, it looks like he's Assault Vest. So if I can get, I calc this if it was like max HP, max attack, like Shadow Bone or Thick Club or something, that I could donk it with any one hit and then Shadow Ball. But it looks like I need to get one more hit before I can safely donk it with Shadow Ball. But it's great to know that this is his primary switch into my Roserade, because I can deal with it accordingly later. So I'm going to go into my physically defensive Suicune. I can take like hits for days as he goes, look at that damage. It's like, that's cute. It's like, get out of here. I'm going to go for the roar because he could have gone for like, I was expecting KOKO to come in, but it's just you know, see what his answer to my Suicune is in general, which of course was the superior. But, you know, I've got Jirachi, but Drapion comes in. This could be an issue for me, but, you know, I'm going to get a Scald, fish for the burn. You know, that's what you do. But he goes for the knockoff. There goes all of my recovery in the world. I Calm Mind actually for some reason, but yeah, it goes for the Serp right here. And even though I don't get the burn, it's like, I don't really want to stay in versus this. Leaf Storm coming in hot, but it's like that did laughable damage. I can Ice Punch or Fire Punch or U-turn, get super effective damage on this anyhow, but he goes for the Drapion. I'm going to Fire Punch. I'm going to switch right here, even though that's risking the pursuit, because I do want to bluff the Scarf of some kind, but no, didn't his... No, his superior switched out on me. So yeah, I've still got my poker face on regarding this Jirachi. So luckily he doesn't go for the. I'm predicting like the knockoff here, which Suicune will take the least amount of damage. Not counting the pincer, but I'm not bringing that in just yet. I know superior is coming in, so I'm going for that delicious Ice Beam, and then I'm just gonna get out of town, do this dance again, and yeah, it's like that's cute. So I'm gonna like not U-turn this time, because I can U-turn on this Drapion after... Oh, yeah, there's the U-turn. So yeah, still keeping that up strong. I forget if I go for Rocks here or EQ. I'm almost certain that he's going to switch out. But with Earthquake, I'm going to do a huge chunk of damage to anything that comes in. Even like physically defensive Swampert takes close to like 45%. And that's a really, really good chunk of damage that I want to get on it early on. So here comes the Swampert. And yeah, like I said, well... Not quite 45. Okay, 35. It's 3 KO leftovers, more like a 4 KO. Suicune's getting worn down, but I don't want to switch anything else into this ice move. That does laughable damage. I'm going to get my rest up right here. That might give me, or not the rest of Scald, because, you know, Swampert's nice when it's burned, but it's, in fact, special. But Suicune goes down before I can get my rest off. It would have been nice, but I know that Emboar can take +2 Leaf Storm, and at this range, it dies to Flame Charge. And then I do a buttload of damage to something else. Hopefully his switch in to me is Swampert, because, you know, that's his best switch. It's like Marowak is slow and I OHKO it. Drapion gets OHKO'd. Pinsir can't KO me with Bullet Punch after the range that I'm left at. Like, Leaf Storm will do like 70 max and Bullet Punch does like from like 15 to 20. So basically I'm going to get a couple KOs with Emboar right here versus the Superior. He goes for the Hidden Power, and oh my god. Okay, he went for the Hidden Power ground right there, and I did not see that coming from a mile away. I thought the best Hidden Power for him would be like rock or something else, but yeah, of course it's ground. But so that kind of sucks. And now I'm definitely in range of Scissor's Bullet Punch, but you know, after my leftovers, I could live. But no, that's not happening. So yeah, that really threw me off. Had he not done so much damage, Swampert would have come in, would have dunked it with the Grass Knot and put it like the rest of his team in rage for my Garchomp to just clean up. But I'm still in this, like, for sure. Like, I've still got my Jirachi doing a pretty good, 57. I've still got Pinsir, hasn't taken any rocks damage yet. And I still got Roserade up my sleeve. So Roserade's gonna come in. I'm gonna go for the HP Fire right here. It's pretty obvious. And like I said, if I can get a little bit more damage on this Marowak, I can go straight for the Shadow Ball, and oh geez. Okay, luckily he didn't go for Fire Punch right there, but oh geez. That's way more specially defensive than I thought. In fact, it's fully Spadef, and I just did my calcs wrong. He does in fact have the Thig Club, and almost donks me with the Shadow Ball. Luckily he thought I was going to switch, but it's like, oh geez, Roserade. I am going to take this Marowak down, luckily, but it's like, now I'm like not gonna do well against anything. I wanted to keep this around for the Swampert, but it's like I die to rocks next turn. And yeah, he picks me off with a Bullet Punch because Scizor is, like, you know, an amazing Pokemon. So incoming Fire Punch, and luckily I'm gonna go for the U-turn right here because he doesn't know that I'm not Scarf, but oh geez. Does anyone else know that Pursuit goes through U-turn? Because I didn't. I don't know how I forgot that fact. I could have gone for another Fire Punch, but, you know, it still would have lived. Oh, geez, that's unfortunate. Because Jirachi goes down because I don't know how Pokemon works at all. But Pinsir can come in here. I can do a good chunk to Drapion right here. In fact, I can KO it, but it's probably going to switch out right here. The only thing that can beat my Pinsir right now is the Tapu KOKO. And if I play my cards right, I've got another switch into Pinsir after this. If I play my cards right with Garchomp, I can, when you've got a Mega Pinsir and a Garchomp, you can come back from any game if your opponent makes one slip up and you play correctly. And except for miscalculating the Marowak and, surprise hidden power from Superior and forgetting how U-turn works, well, I think I've been playing okay. I'm not going to make any slip-ups for the rest of this game. No way, not when I've got winning this close. So I'm going to Pinsir Evolve, go for the Earthquake because he had no switch into that in case he wanted to go into the KOKO on my Quick Attack, but he brings in the KOKO now. I'm going to say not today. I'm predicting that Thunderbolt from a mile away. Now something is going to die to Earthquake. In fact, two or three things might die to this Earthquake right here. Because, yeah, Pinsir can't switch into, or Scizor can't switch into this. Like, yeah, Bullet Punch, that's cute, but you're going to go down. It's like, if Swampert comes in, it's like, yeah, okay, I might be able to KO you, and then, like, yeah, but it does enough that I can 2-hit KO this, but that takes me down. If I can live a hit from Swampert, from Pinsir, of course, but unfortunately, I don't have Sword Stance. I'm just an all-out attacker. I can definitely take down the Swampert, and then, but, he's still got the KOKO. He's in love with the KOKO, and I'm going to die to the KOKO. Almost certainly, unless I, do something right. But, yeah, I take the Rocks. That Rocks is kind of unfortunate. Otherwise, I could have played around with Pinsir a lot better. But KOKO is going to come in and revenge me, 100% of the time. So yeah, Quick Attack's not doing nearly enough. Even if I got the biggest crit in the world, that still would have happened. I still would have lost 1-0. Yeah, it was still a great game. I definitely thought I played well, but my opponent just had some really great prep. Like the Spadef Marowak was pretty great. Using Drapion to mind control me and forget how U-turn mechanics was great. And Hidden Power Ground, on Superior, that I think was his real that one move really decided the game, because at that point he could have lost to +1, +2 Emboar, or at least I could have gotten enough damage done on Swampert so that Garchomp would have taken that out and then taken the KOKO out. So yeah, good game, Rufus. If you have not checked out my opponent's channel or anyone else's, then first of all, what are you doing on my channel? First of all, I've got the fewest subs in the world. Second of all, if you're not subbed to my channel, do so, because I produce quality content like this one, which as far as I know, has not dropped any frames, because I put the proper encoding settings, I think, on my OBS, and I think I'm using I forget which encoder I'm using, but it should be good. Should be getting the correct kind of audio and all that other jazz. So yeah, like this video if you liked it. Comment down below if you got anything else to say, and otherwise, yeah, I'll just see everyone in the next one. Take care now. Bye bye.